Scarcity and sustainability. Scarcity is probably the most central concept in economics. It really is the foundation of economics as a social science. Scarcity exists because there are unlimited human needs and wants that are met by limited resources. We have very limited resources or factors of production to meet the seemingly unlimited human needs and wants. Now, remember, scarcity is a very relative concept. It's not that the resources or the factors of production themselves are not enough. It's just that when you compare them to the human needs and wants, they seem very limited, or resources seem or appear very scarce. Now, because of scarcity, scarcity necessitates choice. You know that saying, you can't have everything you want, you have to make choices. That exists on the individual level, it exists on the social level as a society, it exists on the national level and the global level. We have to make choices. We can't have everything we want. Now, the choices that individuals and societies make are guided by the incentives that they face. Economists study those choices and the incentives that influenced those choices. The choices that we make as individuals and or societies also involve trade-offs. Whenever you make a choice, you are giving up something. There's always a trade-off involved in every economic choice. And the choices that we make involve consequences. Some consequences are positive, some consequences are negative. Some consequences are short term, some consequences are long term. Some consequences are that some stakeholders will gain and some stakeholders will lose. Economists study basically the choices that individuals and societies make, the incentives that guide or influence those choices, the trade offs that are involved in making those choices, and the consequences of those choices. Now, scarcity is also very closely linked to the concept of sustainability. All right, we know that the existence of scarce resources, in addition to the pursuit of economic well being, the assumption is that all economic agents, whether they are consumers, producers, workers, the government, are pursuing their economic well being, however that is defined. That often leads to the use of these resources, right? If you want to buy something, you're going to spend money, you're going to spend time going to the shopping center to buy it, or even surfing through an online store to buy it. So, whenever we are pursuing our economic well being, we make choices that involve the consumption or the use of scarce resources. And this ties into the concept of sustainability. Why? Because economists are interested in studying whether or not individuals and societies can balance between meeting the needs of the current generation while also allowing future generations to meet their own needs. Now, you might be thinking, why is there a picture of a tree? Well, trees are a perfect example of this idea. We cut down trees because we use their wood for fire. We also rely on trees to make paper. Okay, so these are amongst some of the uses of trees. Now, the problem is if we are cutting trees at a much faster rate than we are planting them, eventually the earth is going to run out of trees, and future generations won't have any trees to benefit from. So, here, our consumption of trees is unsustainable. Economists are interested in studying how to achieve a sustainable use of scarce resources so that current generations can meet their needs, but still allow future generations to meet their needs.